A very good evening. We are live from the city Assen in the Netherlands and welcome to the Predator Dutch Open. We're going to watch a match in the last 32, so it's single elimination. And this will be a match between Juri Pisklov from Germany and the veteran Jaroslav Polach from Slovakia. As I said, it's gonna be a single elimination, so the loser is out and the winner promotes towards the last 16. And let's see what this match will bring us. My name is Joris van Amersfoort. I am typically Dutch, so nice to be a commentator in my home EuroTour. Nice break off, but the 9-ball is completely in the way. And as far as I can see, he needs to push out. Yeah, it's not an easy push out either. Looks like he will always leave a cut shot towards any corner or for a bank shot. So might be a option to push towards a jump shot on a 2. Of course you need to be confident with your own jump skills then. Well, I don't see Joey to give this one back. Oh, that's a poor shot. I wanted to hide behind the 9-ball, but run into it. Therefore already giving a great opportunity to Jaroslav for opening up this rack. So when he sunk this free ball, this looks like a very nice opening rack. And the center of the table will be his friend, I assume. Perfect. So probably again back towards the center. Needs to avoid a kiss on the 8 if he wants to go back to the center. Nicely done. Now he's got a little bit more of an angle on the 6, so I think he has to go up and down. Can choose to stay above the side pockets or of course draw it over. And it looks like he's drawing it over. Should be good. So Jaroslav, a very experienced player from Slovakia. He's got 23 titles, Slovakian national titles. So he is used to play under pressure. And of course is so experienced in, well, everything that comes by in in pool. Perfect. Got pretty close to that corner pocket. Could have gone wrong there, but didn't catch the jaw, so I was perfectly on the line. And got his first rack on the board. Of course, it's quite a long race to 11. And even in these early stages of the match, there's nothing to worry about. It's just getting your foot into the match. And that's the thing that Yuri has to wait a little bit longer for. Ooh, those two balls stayed out. Well, it's a dry break. You can see the 6 ball hanging in the corner pocket. And also the 1 ball was catching 2 jaws on the side pocket. But it's a dry break. And now Yuri can finally get some table time. And a nice chance here to run this rack. A little bit of a cut shot on a 2 now. Needs to stay, I think, on the left side of the free and of the side pockets. He played it nicely. He can now just roll forward on the free. Don't need to work. Travel a lot with the cue ball. Just leave it right there. So probably 2 rails out. I think the cloth still play quite smooth, so I wouldn't want to play this with inside English. So the tournament is only away for 2 days now. This is the 3rd day is going to be tomorrow, so 2 full days been played. After this EuroTour, we will continue with the European Championships, for example, the seniors. And yeah, that'll be nice to watch. Now you can see he's going forward. He is. Well, it did grab enough. Nice. But if you want to have some pool on your television or on any screen, then you know that we have still a lot of pool to broadcast towards you. Right. It's a little bit awkward on the 7, I think. I think he's completely straight. He needs to make a choice. Screw all the way over the 8 or leave a little bit of an angle. I could work around with it. His best achievement is the 10 ball title of the German Championships in 2021. And in the EuroTour 2 years later, 2023, he got bronze medal, 3rd place. where he lost against Joshua Filler. A little bit of a sharp cut on the 9, but it's there. So, score is 1-1 now. So I feel that both players are quite close to each other in the terms of who's going to be favorite for this match. Bisklov, yeah, well, really beats Yuri in experience and also 23 national titles. It's amazing how much that is for a lot of, well, probably years or decades. But Yuri has already had some nice results, and he's not a resident in the top 10 in EuroTours, but for sure a great player. So it could go all the way, but I'm not here to predict the winner. I do know that it's a very tricky shot for Yuri. Cutting the 2 to the left top. Go around with the cue ball. I missed it. And run into the 4-7. No, this is a nice chance for Jaroslav. Needs to play quite soft. After the cut, he would like to let the cue ball stop close to that orange 5 ball. Well done. A little bit too slow now, I guess, as he is straight on the free ball and pretty close to rail. So I don't think he will work a lot with the cue ball. Now with this angle on the 4, I don't think he can hold it for the 5 in the side, so I think he's kind of forced to go around the 5, shoot it in the corner close to the 7. He's giving it a lot of draw on it, so he might want to hold it. No, indeed. No. You don't want to fall straight on this 5. You need some kind of angle to land on the right side of the 7. And it looks pretty straight. And if it is, then there's also an option to stop the cue ball, leave it where the 5 is, and take the thin cut on the 7. That might be less risky than forcing in on this 5. Let's see, it looks like he's forcing the 5, trying to create an angle that's not there. No, he went for the short side. Well, that's quite interesting. Wow, he's very close to that object ball, so the referee is standing in a corner have a very good look if this is not going to be a double hit. It's not a double hit, but he just missed it. It was a really tough shot, of course, for Jaroslav, and now Yuri is looking for this 7 ball. And as you can see, the 9 is a little bit in the way, but should be makeable. Ooh, got a right jaw, and therefore the cue ball did not really get his speed. Yuri for a long 8 ball. And a powerful draw shot this will be. To get a little bit back towards the side pocket line. Well, nicely done. Great cueing. Well done. So the third rack will go towards Yuri Pisklov. And this must feel for Jaroslav a little bit like he lost this rack. Because it was really going to look that it was going towards his way. I'm not quite sure if that follow through on that tricky 5 ball was the right choice. I feel like if you stopped it and took the cut shot, that it would have been a more higher chance of success shot. But it's Yuri to break off in this 4th rack. Again, the 1 ball really decided to stay out of that side pocket. And it's very close to see if Jaroslav can take the cut on the 1 ball. If not, there's a nice safety option behind the 6. But it looks like Jaroslav feels that it is available. Just took a timeout, an extension. Almost overcut it, but made it. And again, it's very tight. And to be honest, this looks even tighter. Yeah, it was too tight. Oh, that might help. It did. Because it was quite a poor shot. I think he wanted to hide behind the 5 ball. And well, screw it away a little bit too far. But that little nudge on the 9 sent it the 2 ball behind the black 8. Nice kick. Little bit too soft, but nothing easy for Jaroslav. I think if you want to be aggressive, you have to take on the billiard with the cue ball from the blue 2 ball into the brown 7. But nothing easy. Didn't get away with it. Only good news for Jaroslav is that that 7 ball is quite in the way for queuing. You could see Jaroslav asking the referee to get a little bit of a closer look. That's a great shot. Well played by Yuri. Got a little bit on the wrong side on the 4 ball. So he'll be forced to go back to the long rail just above the 8 ball and screw it back to the center of the table. Now looking to screw it out 3 rails. Top rail, right rail, left rail. Don't want to run into the 7. Yeah, that's nice. Well, looks like Yuri is handling the speed and the cloth pretty well. And I must say that he is looking pretty confident on the table. Okay, go forward 3 rails or back 2 rails or forward. Nicely done. So this 9 ball will put him on a 3-1 lead. And to be honest, Yuri is now playing decent pool. I haven't seen a fault from him after his very first shot, where in the first rack Jaroslav played a push out and Yuri made a bad safety. But after that bad safety, it's nothing but good work for Yuri. And after the first 4 racks, where both players has had 2 breaks, it's now Jaroslav with his break off. And with this break off, nothing got really close. He did rack by himself. You can see still the cluster of the 6, 7 and the 9 ball that didn't really split out nicely. But good news for Jaroslav is that he didn't leave a nice opening shot and also not the easiest safety for Yuri to play. He'll bank this 3 rails back. Ooh, that's not good. Again, a poor safety. Leaving Jaroslav a full open shot on the 1. Still a lot of work to do, but another miss. But he first of all got away with it. Also The one on the 6 towards the 9 doesn't really looks like it's developing something really. Is the 9 banking over the 8? Looks like he's going for that one. 1 to the 6 in the 9, 9 to the left rail and bank it to the bottom right pocket. No, playing safe. And again, not the best. And well, at least he has a full ball side. I'm not quite sure if he can attack here, but right, nice safety, but I think that Yuri needs to go back to his seat to pick up his jump cue. Because there's quite some benefits on jumping on this one. I think the one passes the 8, but there's also a combination option. The 8 in the 1 into the 8, make the 8 in the corner. If you go for the combination, as the looks of it, position afterwards is not guaranteed. I missed it. And I think that it's even a better result than making the 8. Because after contact the 1 ball will still be in that same line. And was a big or huge chance even to snooker yourselves. So now probably, is there a gap? No, it's not. 2 real outs. Sending the 1 ball towards the clusters. Ah, he found the gap. Can you believe it? And he might have been saved by the 9. Because if Yuri has to cue over this 9 ball, it's quite a tough shot. Well, as you can see, he's not completely hammered by the 9. So he'll take this on. No. It's quite a crappy frame already. By far the longest rack we had. Now Jaroslav can take on the bank. It's quite aggressive. Can also play safe. It's not guaranteed to find cover. Yeah, I think it's more safety than a attack than a bank, so that's a good shot. And decision to make here by for Yuri. You can go very aggressive to send the cue ball all the way down. Could also play the split, sending the 1 ball to the 5 and the cue ball to the 2. Didn't fancy it. Maybe real first. No, he went directly into it. But that cue, that 1 ball really didn't want to go down. So this is now a real chance for Yuri. Go running into this rack. Oh, I'm quite surprised how he played it. Of course, with this speed, he was always favored to find a position, but it's nothing easy. On the two, needs to draw 2 reels out. Needs to go. And it is there. Nice shot. Now probably go 3 reels around the cluster of the 6 and the 7 to shoot the 4 in the same pocket. And you can see the 5 is still quite an issue. So this one is good. But now the tricky part is coming. Because you can see not only the 5 ball is in a tough position, the 6 is very difficult, as it's of course blocked by the 7, but by the looks of it also by the 8 towards that bottom left. So let's see. Looks like he is going to play the 6 in the same pocket as the 8, as the 5, close to the 8 ball. But that's not there. Yeah, it was a tricky rack, tricky layout. Now Jaroslav, what can you do here? Maybe give as much as you can. If you run into the 6-7, that could be okay too. Well, didn't run into the 7, but it is in a potable position. But being 3-1 down, this is nothing easy. You can see that it's quite a smaller pocket because of the 8 ball. Wow, great shot. Nice speed. Yes, nicely done. Well, that 6 ball definitely earned him the rack. And he really needed this. 4-1 or 3-2 is a massive difference. And after a 3-pack of jury, it's now finally a rack back for Jaroslav, who is still trailing, but also has the 6th rack to break. So all 16 matches are being played at the same time right now. On the other stream, on table 1, we can see Viktor Zielinski against Ivo Aerts, and Ivo is trading 2-7. So yeah, Ivo was playing very decent pool up until now. I of course don't know if it's all Victor or Ivo is at least struggling in his match. Another Dutchman who is struggling is Yannick Pongers. He is 1-5 down against Denis Lazowski. Nice putt, but where is the cue ball ending? Well, he snookered himself. Or at least not in a puttable position. A very thin cut on that free ball. Quite interesting. But I think he's leaving a full opportunity for Jury to take this free ball into the side pocket. Well, very nice try. Jury will be disappointed, but I do know that these pockets play really tight. And it was a nice try, nice effort. But it's Jaroslav back at the table. Needs to make a plan for the 5 ball. I think going around the 6 and the 9 to shoot the 5 in the same pocket. Just there. He's taking his extension to screw on his extension on the cue. Pretty straight, so we'll draw this at towards the right side of the 9 ball. So with this 9 ball, it's gonna be all even after 6 racks. And Jaroslav Alarma Polach did it. All back again, 3-all. For the 44 years old Slovakia player. And the 7th rack is the first rack for Yuri Pisklov break off. Finally made a 1 in the side pocket. 2 balls gone too, so That free ball that's close to the cue ball is the first ball he has to attack. And although it's looking pretty decent, this is, I think, a pretty tricky shot. Of course, you can take on this free ball to the side pocket, but you can see that the four ball is not available to the top left. So he needs to work with his cue ball, and if it's so close to the object ball, then I always think it's pretty tricky. Yeah. How's the sixth ball? It really helped him. Quite a bonus. The real first is available. But to spin the cue ball around 3 cushions around the 5, you have to play it pretty firm. Don't run into the 5. No. Hit it a little bit thick. Therefore he ran into the 9, but still on the 4. You can see that the 9 ball is a little bit closer to the 6 now, creating another little bit of an issue. Bumped into the 8. Does it help? No. Little bit of bad luck there. Because it got into the worst position on the table. How is his luck? How is the speed? It just died with his nose in the pocket, leaving a great opportunity for Yuri. Well, played it with tons of insight, you can see that. Going back to the right side of the table. Again, I think that it's not worth working with the cue ball. If you go forward, you will hit the 9 a little bit and send the cue ball also toward the corner pocket. If you draw it, you could draw it over the 9 to the right side, so I would leave it there. Oh, it missed all the focus. Was doing just a little bit too much at the same time, I guess, in his head. And therefore took the eye of the pot. Jury will be disappointed. Normally this would be a great moment for Yuri to take a time out or something, but to be honest, it's gonna be a race to 11. So we are not even on a third of the match. So this could be a little bit too early to take that time out. So, after his first rack of this match and a lead of 1-0 for Jaroslav, he is now back again for the first time in this match. Or I must say second time then. In the lead. And it's Yuri to end this streak, the 3 rack streak by Jaroslav. And finally win this rack. And by the looks of it, it's got all the ingredients for a nice breaker run. Starting with this one ball. Gotta stay down on the shot. Yes. Where is it? It needs to stop. And it's just in time, I guess. Just there. Right. It looks like he has an angle towards the short side to fall in between the 4 and the 6 ball from the bottom rail. Well, again, he's pretty straight, and I think it's wise to give it a ton of draw. Maybe hitting the 6 would be even better. He chose different. So now he's going to make his 5 and get at the bottom side of the 6. And I think you want to fall pretty straight on the 6. So the cue ball needs to end close to the rail. Looks good. Again, needs to stay down on the shot. Don't have to force this. Yes, that's much better. Perfect. Called for the extension. Get a little bit of the nerves off. And there it is. Well done, Yuri. He is showing some nice form by running this rack. And score is back to even. 4-all, and therefore we're gonna switch the breaks towards Jaroslav, who now again has 2 more racks to break. In the meantime, some interesting other matches. Viktor Zelinsky is still, of course, to say, in the lead. But Ivo Arts is coming back a little bit. He is trailing now 4-9 to Viktor. And in the background, not on this shot, but on the other shot, you can see the match between Yannick Pongers and Denis Lasowski. Dennis is in the lead 6-2. In the meantime, nice break off by Jaroslav. Kinda lost the cue ball, but the one ball decided to stay on the table and actually really helped Jaroslav with the opening shot. Because Jaroslav can just shoot this in the top. No side needed. And he'll end up at the center of the table for the two ball. Probably a little bit of inside to stay at the left side of the 9 to fall straight on the free ball. Well, it's an interesting little bump on the 9. As you can see that Jaroslav ended pretty straight on this free ball. Means he can't work his way more to the center of the table. And to travel from the 5 to the 6 is not a guarantee. So normally you would be happier to stay at the lower side, actually where the cue ball is right now, to stay it from below of the 9. You can travel back to where the free ball is. But that's quite dangerous, so let's see how Jaroslav does it. Can you believe it? Looked so nicely done, but the cue ball decided to lay his head on the shoulders of the 9 ball, and therefore Jaroslav is snookered on the 5. He needs to hit this pretty firm with a lot of power. And then needs to hope for some luck, but he does not have that luck. So Yuri with, well, nice chance here. I think if you play with maybe a little bit of inside, but or just topspin, you could go to the center of the table and take the cut shot on the 6. To me that would be a nice option. The left side is a little bit blocked by the 9 ball, so and play to the center of the table to shoot the 6 in the top left. Yeah, that's the shot. Played it to perfection. Little bit short here on the 7. So I'm not quite sure if he's running into the 8, if he's playing this with top spin. So that elaborate kiss on the 8. And Yuri moved the 8 ball just far enough over the side pocket to be able to shoot this in the corner. Go a little bit forward to shoot the 9 on the side. Perfect. Well done. And the 9th rack is going towards Yuri Bisklov. This will be the last match of this day. In the meantime, you can see Ivo Aerts playing a safety. He's trailing 5-9, so he's getting racks back on the scoreboard against Viktor Zielinski. But we are focusing on this match between Yuri Pisklov and Jaroslav Polak. And it's Jaroslav with the 10th rack. He made the 8th ball on the break. And can now continue with a nice opening shot on the 1. Immediately got the right angle to go to the center of the table to shoot the 2 in the same pocket. As you can see that the 3 ball is blocked at the left side by the 6 ball to shoot it in the bottom left. So he needs to land in between the 3 and the 6. And he is now able to get there 2 rails out. Gotta miss the brown 7. Needs to run. Needs to go. This is, I think, too short. At least too short for his likings. Well, it still cuts, as you can see. And if you're close to the object ball like this, then you can play pretty sharp. I think he still takes on the cut shot. But it's definitely missable. Therefore he takes his extension. The cue ball will travel a lot. All the way up and down. In between the side pockets and the 7 ball. Made it. And where's the cue ball ending? Well, that's interesting. That's very nice. Perfectly straight on the 4 ball. So I think he'll play stop shot here. So it was quite of a nice bonus that the cue ball ended pretty straight on this 4 ball. And now, nice chance to run this rack, get the score even. Again, a little bit of an awkward angle on the 6. Of course he has an angle so he could go forward. But you don't want to hit the jaw with the cue ball. Well, he got lucky there. Because that little kiss on the 9 took all the speed out of the cue ball. And therefore now nicely on the 7. Five all. And now the break turns go back to Yuri. We are halfway the match, and to be honest, I was hoping to say a little bit about who is going to be favorites in this match, but yeah, to me it's still so even, not only because of the score, but also by the performance by both players. You can see Jaroslav waving towards the ref. Please help me out. Because it's quite a mess with the positions of the balls there. Not quite sure if he attacks. No, he does not attack. And if the cue ball, the object ball stops there, and it does, then it's quite a nice shot by Yuri. And I think Jaroslav needs to find cover behind the 8 ball with the cue ball, sending it 2 rails out. But there's a nice wall to hide the cue ball behind. Don't want to roll into the wall as he did. But well, he got away. Of course, he's got a shot on the 1 ball. But that 3 ball now is in a very tough position behind the 7. Looks like Yuri's getting a ton of draw. Nice. Now can Yuri see enough of the 3 ball to send the 3 ball away around the 8 and leave the cue ball there? That would put him in a complete prisoner. But I don't think he can see enough of that 3 ball. Which makes the safety a lot more difficult. Okay, nice split safety. And we already have our first match ended. It's the match between Ivo Aerts and Viktor Zelensky. And Viktor beats Ivo 11-5. So that's the first Dutchman eliminated from the final 32. 17th place for Ivo Aerts. And now he will not be satisfied with that. Definitely when he was playing some great pulls up until here. Oh, he got away with it. A little tap on the table as an excuse. You never know. Was kind of a hit and hope, but well, I think got second prize. I think he was looking for the 9 ball to find some luck, but in the end, Jaroslav found cover with the 3 ball behind the 4. So Yuri with the jump cue. And probably a bank on the free ball, I guess. So nice safety. Is this attempting Jaroslav to hunt on the 9 ball again? Ooh, that double kiss sent it the cue ball to the corner. I'm not quite sure what his intention was there, but a scratch definitely wasn't. So, nice opportunity here for Yuri. I'm not quite sure what kind of an angle he has on the 4 ball. And, well, I now know. See the head shaking. He has 0 angle where he did needed it. Oh, lovely shot. Well, nice powerful free rail forward shot by Yuri. Perfect angle on the 5. Great shot. Now that 7 does pass the 8. But the 8 ball is still a little bit in the way. Therefore I would like to be straight and close to the 7. Well, it's quite straight, but it's not close. So this needs some good cueing again. And it is good cueing by Yuri. Nice played. Not completely out of the woods. Little bit of a cut shot. Bring the cue ball back to where it is right now. And now Yuri is out of the woods. And this 11th rack will go towards Yuri, who is now again back in the lead. Also, Carl Gragerberg has won his match 11-5 to another Dutchman, Jan Rempe. Jan also out of the tournament. 17th place for Jan. And the young gun Carl promotes to the last 16. Right, nice break off. 2 balls down, and I'm not quite sure if the 2 ball passes the 9. I think so, and I would not be tempted for the 2-9 combination here. And I don't think Yuri will go for it. He'll take the cut shot on the 2. I think he is trying to calculate a kiss on the 7. Needs to run, and it didn't. So the pot is there, but Yuri is now forced to play a 2-rail kick shot on the 3. Now if you fall a little bit below the 3, so much more in between the rail and the 3, the cue ball can go towards that 4 ball. So Jaroslav back at the table. 4 ball passes the 7. If he leaves it there, I think that the 4 ball is available from the right side of the table. Still a lot of distance on this 3 ball. Ooh. He took a gamble, but missed it. Already knew that if he would miss the shot, that he would definitely leave a full opportunity for Yuri. Wow. Is this still available? I'm not 100% sure. But it's definitely unnecessary to go this far away from the rail. And I don't think it's there. Oh, it is. But with, you can see the cue ball spinning. A ton of side English to stretch the line of that 4 ball. Yeah, again, not happy. But is he going to be aggressive again? Taking on the bank? No. That played a very nice safety. Full ball snooker on behind the 6. So Jaroslav is going to need a nice jump shot. Right. This is definitely cuttable. 2 rails up and down for the center of the table. Took a 3rd rail, and I can see why. The rails are pretty bouncy. And played a good shot there, Yuri. Nicely done. And after sinking the last 2 balls, Yuri will go into a a 2-rack lead. Which was only there after a 3-1 lead by Yuri. So the next rack will be very important. And Jaroslav really needs to hold his own rack. It's his turn to break twice now. And he cannot afford to let them go towards Yuri. Made the one ball. Got an legal break, and that two ball is, well, as far as I can see, it's a fable in the side pocket. I think it cuts back. It's a thin cut. But I assume that it's there. Well, by the looks of the face of Jaroslav, he is definitely not happy. And it might be sharper than the camera angle shows us. Yeah, he had no belief in it. But played a safety shot. Got a bit unlucky that he's leaving Yuri a shot on the two ball. He's now having a look if he's playing this with top spin, if the cue ball will hit the free ball off the pot. It might, but I wouldn't be too worrying about it. Start focusing on making the two ball, and he did. Nice shot. And Yuri can now really take a big advantage in this match if he cleans up the last remaining 6 balls. So probably go a little bit forward or sidewards. A little bit of a stun shot. Yeah. Stun follow through. Lovely shot. All looking good for now. And Yuri needs to decide his path towards the center of the table. Could spin it around the 9, or he could also spin it with a little bit of left or right side English to go straight back up. He's going around the 9. Perfect position. Can roll this a little bit forward. And it's going to be a little bit of an alarm time for Jaroslav. Where he's going to take his timeout. So a timeout by Jaroslav, who is now trailing 5-8. And this could also be a great opportunity for you if you need a little break or catch some drinks. This is the time. I'll do the same and see you in a bit. Alright, in the meantime also Yuri Pisklov has had his timeout. He's also already back in the arena. We are waiting for Jagoslav to return too. We have at least 2 other matches being finished, and both have been won by Dutchmen. So I can congratulate Tim Jonkman, and also Mark Bijsterbos has won his match. So these 2 Dutchmen have promoted to the last 16. And in the Netherlands it's about 11 o'clock in the evening, so they can opt towards their bets, because the last 16 and all the other matches will start tomorrow. And the last one I can congratulate is Almin Salkic from Sweden. He also won his match on the hill. But, he is into the last 16. Back at this match is Jaroslav, who is already at the table after the break-off. Has a full side on the free ball, but a nice wall by the 6 and the 2 ball, forcing him to play safe. Well, again, not the best safety. I can understand and see what he was opting for, but left a full ball option for Yuri to take on. Well, nice shot. Where's the table going? Is it in front of the 2 ball now? That would be really unlucky. It was. Well, a little bit of bad luck there. But at least he could play this nice safety. And Jaroslav, I think, has to play 2 real kick shot. Right side, bottom side, and then back up into the 2 ball. And pretty firm, I guess. Oh, not too bad. Because this is nothing easy to cut. Doesn't like it and play the safety behind the 8. Not quite sure if it's there. Maybe he has to hit it from the back, but then he has to play it pretty firm. He fluked it, but where's the cue ball going? Whoa, it just stayed out. Yeah, staying out is one, having a shot is two, but look at how hard this shot is. Not only making the three, but also find position on the six is gonna be not easy. Where's the cue ball going again? And this time he did not stay out. So ball in hand for Yuri. Has to make sure that he will fall high enough on the 7. But at the beginning of the 13th rack, I already said it's time for Jaroslav to step up, because he cannot afford it to lose both his racks that he's breaking off. And by the looks of it, he is going to lose them all. Yuri has to make a decision here. Could go one rail the way back down to shoot the 9 in the bottom left. He could go 2 rails up and down to shoot it in the bottom right. He even has the option to go 3 rails forward with inside, which guarantee him on a position, but that's not ideal to take on, so I guess he will go back. No, he is going forward. As said, then he's guaranteed on a nice position on the 9, but the shot wasn't easy. So he showed some guts to take on that shot. And he got rewarded. And he is now 9-5 up. And indeed, his nickname is Alarma for Jaroslav. And yeah, it's alarm stage 1, I guess, now for Jaroslav. So, break off by Yuri. The 1 ball decided to stay on the table. The 8 ball went down. So it's Yuri to continue. Going for a push out. And to the gap between the 4 and the 9 ball. Found cover behind the 4 ball. So you can see Jaroslav already walking with his cue ball, his jump cue in his hand. Which also shows that he might not have the fullest of confidence in still be able to win this rack. Of course, he had a bit of a bad luck, bad roll in the last rack where he Made a great shot, almost scratched but stayed out. Then made a nice shot towards the corner and did scratch off the 9. And therefore he's now 9-5 behind. And it could really feel that things are slipping out of your hands at that moment. So Yuri has the task to take advantage of that. And also Yuri is in quite some rhythm. A little bit short here. So interesting to see how he will approach this. Can he, or must I say, dare he go forward around the 7? I think that's the shot to go for, forward. He's taking to. He's looking at it to give it a ton of draw and stay above the 7. I'm not quite sure if that's on. Again, threw it 3 rails around. And again he overpaced it. And I'm not quite sure if something is available here. Got completely at the 50-yard line. So it doesn't cut to the side pocket or the corner pocket. Not too bad. Took on the bank with the speed and of course missed it at the pro side. So the 5-ball landed on that short side. Nice safety. It's a dangerous kick. If you kick it and catch the point in between the rail and the 5, then the cue ball could scratch in that corner pocket at the bottom right. Or you make it. Wow, what a shot. Yeah, you can see the head shaking by Jaroslav. So of course a small chance making it, but he did it. Now another nice shot in the side, well done. And well, he deserves it eventually. With a lot of hard work. Well, another choice. I'm having a little bit of issues to understand why. He could go forward 2 rails and drawing it. It was very easy to hold, difficult to hold. Can he still cut this in? Yes, he can. And now Yuri Pisklov is on the hill. And while saying that, we can see that Viktor Fortunsky has won his match on Hill, which promotes him towards the last 16-2. On the hill is also Ivica Putnik against Martin Steinlager. He is 10 to 8 up. And also Tobias Bongers is on the hill. And here you can see Yuri for his third attempt winning this match. And it's an interesting rack because yes, he can see the one ball, he can cut this in the side, but he would not be out of the woods there because you can see that the 4 and the 8 are in a funny position too. Oh, I'm sorry, as you can see, it was an illegal break, and it's Jaroslav at the table. And Jaroslav says, I'll put the cue ball in jail. And good luck to you, Yuri. Probably a 2-rail kick shot. Really hard to judge if the one ball is quite far away of a rail, but nice shot. And also with the nice pace. Right, I'm not quite sure if this is safe enough. Of course it's snookered, but Yuri with the jump cue in his hand. It's absolutely a nice opportunity for Yuri to sink the one ball in the side pocket with position on the 2. I got disappointed with that, but to be honest, he is kind of a fortune not giving an easy shot away. So another snooker, I guess. Or is there a path? That would be incredible to find a path there. Wow. Yeah, there was some hard luck for Jaroslav, leaving exactly that little small path available. Now this 2 ball, drawing it into the 9-3 probably. Didn't got the kiss he would prefer. I'm not quite sure if he falls straight on the 4 ball towards that corner pocket in the top left. If that is available. If it is, then that would be an option. To bank the 3 to the side and screw the cue ball towards the 7. Could also try and hide behind the 9 ball. There it is. Little bit of a bounce. Therefore, that little kiss on the 9 might be that the free ball is a little bit inside. Nice slot. That 4 ball needed to touch the rail to make it a legal shot, but it did touch the rail, and Yuri is completely snookered here. He's going to kick from the right rail with some left side English, hoping to send the free ball towards the 4 ball. Oh, he hit it too thin, but nothing too bad here. Found distance. 3-4 is a very tough combination. Wow. Again, I must say that the pool gods are not in favor of Jaroslav. It's not that Yuri has a lot of luck or something, it's just that Jaroslav looks like he can try to do all the right things, but it's just not working for him. But if Yuri is missing the whole ball, then it's interesting, because it's a lifeline for Jaroslav. And where this is a lifeline, I can congratulate Ramazan Akdar from Turkey. He promotes. Oh, can you believe this? Oh wow. One of these days. Well, I'll finish my sentence. Akdar from Turkey, congratulations. He beat 11-6 to Joel Kartovic-Romo. Another Dutchman finished on the 17th place. And here we probably are going to watch the final 4 balls of this match, sending Jaroslav Polach out of the tournament. He gave it a nice fight. It was all the way up to 5-5. And there Yuri found the second gear. A few errors plus some bad rolls for Jaroslav were the key in the final stage of this match. Now a round of applause for Jaroslav. And congratulations to Yuri Pisklov. He promotes to the last 16. He will continue tomorrow in his match. And that's it for today, everybody. Thank you very much for watching this Dutch Open Predator European EuroTour. Thank you for watching. My name is Joris van Amersfoort. And I wish everybody a very good night and hopefully see you tomorrow.